Hello, my name is George Hune, and in this video I'm going to show you how to add or modify a project in a portfolio. So, the first thing we do is open up our portfolio from the Decision Manager. This portfolio already has some projects entered into it. As you can see, the projects are sorted by their value score, and if we click the toggle button in the lower right of the form, we can see the attribute values associated with each project. To add a new project, we click on the New Project button in the upper left corner of the form to open the New Project form. The New Project form opens with some default project data already entered. This is the default data that we entered in the attributes when we created the attributes in the decision model. So we need to put in the unique data for our new project. The first thing we're going to do is name the project, and we're going to call it Project Phoenix. Now, we're going to enter the attribute values in the grid. Notice that the summary of each attribute is listed on each row for convenience. This helps us so we don't enter a value that is outside the best outcome and worst outcome limits. However, if you did enter a value that was outside of the limits, you would be prompted to either change the value or change the limits. So, let's start with the first attribute, net present value, and we'll set that to 36 with an uncertainty of 5%. Next, we'll set cost to 30 with an uncertainty of 7%. We'll set resources required to 8 with an uncertainty of 20%. We'll set our time to launch to 8 months with a 4% uncertainty. And we'll set our probability of success to 70 with an uncertainty of 10%. And finally, for our attributes, we'll set our core competency to very good using the pop-up menu. We can also enter as an option the data around the duration of the project and the start date and the end date. In this case, we'll enter a date of 11/20/11 and a duration of 32 weeks. Whenever you enter two variables in the date and duration fields, the third variable is calculated for you automatically. Now we can set the color and the pattern that we want for this project in our bubble charts. So we will select purple for the color, and we'll leave the pattern as a solid pattern, which is the default pattern. Now we're ready to save the form. But before I save it, I'd like you to look up at the value score in the upper left of the form. Currently, it reads 22.4, but that is based on the default input values. When we save the form, you will see that it automatically recalculates the value score for the project based on the new data. So now that we have saved it, you can see the new value score, and you can see also the blue dots that have appeared in the center of the form. These blue dots indicate that these attribute values are unchanged from the baseline value. Because this is a new project that we have just saved, the baseline values are, of course, the same as the saved values. And the baseline is automatically saved for you whenever you create a new project. When we click Close to close the form, we can see that it has been added to our portfolio form. If we decide to edit the project, we can double-click on it to open it up to make our changes. Notice that when we make changes in the data that are outside certain specified parameters, the baseline indicator changes to indicate whether the change is a major change, a minor change, and whether or not it is a positive change or a negative change. We'll talk more about these in our tracking project and portfolio progress using baselines. For now, we'll close the form without saving any changes. As you can see, we've made Optsee really easy for business managers to use, and you can see for yourself by signing up for a free trial today. Thanks for watching.